Have you heard about the homeowners insurance crisis happening in California? Well, we've got all the updates for you. Stay tuned. Hi, this is Denise from Vivid Lifestyle Realty, your go-to source for all things lifestyle and real estate in beautiful Corona, California and the surrounding areas. And today we're going to talk about a not so fun topic, but it's definitely, if you're buying a home or changing your homeowner's insurance policy, you definitely need to know about what's going on. And we definitely are here as a resource. If you ever have any questions, we can try to guide you in the right direction, because it is definitely hurting people and definitely crisis level when it comes to finding homeowners insurance in California, because you definitely are going to need that when you're getting a loan. It's very required, and when things are hard, when insurance is harder to get and it's required in a loan, which a very, very high number of people have to obtain when they're purchasing a new home, whether it's for the remainder of something you put down and you're financing the remainder, or whether you're having to finance a lot. It's definitely something that needs to be considered prior or right at the start of your buyer journey. If you have a great real estate agent, they should be discussing things like fire hardening and homeowners insurance and a lot of different things up front with you, so you're very prepared going in. Even though you might not need it for 30 days or 60 days, it is very important that you start working on it early so that it doesn't stop anything in the process of the home transaction, the home buying transaction, or selling transaction. Both sides, obviously, you don't want to have anything impede the forward flow of that. So we try to, anything that might be hitting a little bump, we try to make sure that our clients are very, very well educated and they're very well aware of what needs to be done, so that if there are little kinks like this, that they have extra time to put that in motion, because we care. And if it's required and you want to buy a home and it's something that you're passionate about, the seller wants to sell, the buyer wants to buy, we want to make that happen, and we want to make it happen as smoothly as possible. So if you are looking to buy right now, you should start as you're looking to buy. If you're looking to buy you're looking right now, but you're not interested in buying for 6 months or a year, you might still do a little bit of research, but that's not going to help you out a tremendous amount. But if you're a serious buyer that is looking in the next 3 to 6 months or right now, please make sure you do your homework and you do your due diligence on this, because it is a very, very big issue that we're having. So when you purchase a home and you're obtaining a loan, and even if you're not, but if you're obtaining a loan, you're required to get homeowners insurance. So if something happens to your home during a wildfire, or something with outside sources, or the severe weather, or just in general something floods or breaks, you want to have that so that at least to 85% or 100% if you can, as close to 100% as possible. But so if you have to get your home rebuilt or there's major damage, that is covered for you, so you're not having to pay as much money out of pocket, and you can kind of just, it takes time, it's effort, it's stressful, it's a trauma, type situation, and it's no fun. So if you can have that process as well, if something happens, go as smoothly as possible. You have things in place. It takes time to get quotes and build, and construction workers and everything out to rebuild the home. And it can be costly to you even if you have coverage. If you don't have coverage, it puts people in a horrible, horrible situation that I don't want for any of you. So just like people we'll say, oh, well, health insurance isn't that important. And, sometimes you'll go months without it, and, that's great. But if you break your leg or you get hit by a car or something happens that's out of your control, all of that money, not $100, not $1,000, is not coming out of your pocket, but $23,000 or $50,000 or $200,000 will be forced to come out of your pocket. And it's just not something that, if you can, you want to try to avoid that type of situation, because it really can be super, super costly and can really affect your life in a negative manner if you're not prepared for that. And so what's happening right now is, because a lot of insurance companies, and I'm going to tell you why. So, and it's not rocket science, because we live in California, we know things are more expensive in California, premiums and different things like that. So the insurance companies are going to have to charge higher premiums for people coming in as well, which hurts the client, and also maybe the premiums aren't quite as high as they need it to be for things like the biggest thing is wildfires. As everyone that lives here has seen, there is a very big increase in hotter weather throughout the year, and a big increase in right now it's freezing. Well, I wouldn't say freezing. For us, it's freezing. It's like in the 60s. I'm like, brr, I need my coat. But in general, like, we have seen so many more wildfires and fires in general in the last 10 years than we ever had our first 13. And along with different states like, Washington and Canada, places that are not overly hot are having fires as well. And so that is kind of trickling through the states as well, and out of state, that a lot of insurance companies, because of higher building costs, to rebuild the home or to totally fix it up, is costing them a lot more, because the laborers and the contractors are charging more and the materials are more. Inflation was a very big one, even though they don't like to say a lot of this. Inflation has gone down quite a bit. We were almost at the 9s, and now we're coming down to 3s and 4s. That is a big cut, but with inflation and anything that happens like that, it is going to take time to have everything balance out, because then you have mortgage rates, you have all of these things. It takes time for things to balance. They just don't normally. Now, I would say in the last 3 years, things happened pretty quickly, quicker than they usually do throughout history, but on average, it just takes a year or two sometimes to filter everything through, to go through the cycles and have everything kind of mellow out. And since we had something like the pandemic that has never happened before, it's just going to take corrections and time to get everything kind of back to a normal state, whatever that looks like nowadays. So with that being said, with inflation, with higher labor costs, with extra wildfires and severe weather throughout the different states, especially in California, with the higher cost of premiums, it's just really hurting the insurance companies too, because a lot of times when someone has a policy from 10 years ago and something's happening now, they're losing a lot of money, because what they're paying and what they're having to pay out is much, much greater. And California, to rebuild, is one of the highest states. It beats out many, many other states as far as what it's going to take to rebuild, what it's going to cost to rebuild or fix up a home that has had an event like a flooding or fire or etc. So that is a really big problem nowadays. So with those things, State Farm has exited California. They are not doing any new policies. Allstate has exited California, and they're doing no policies, no more. They're not allowing any new policies to happen. I'm having a hard time talking today, sorry. But yeah, so and then Farmers just has stated this year that they're going to be cutting they're limiting the amount of new policies that they're going to be taking on in California. And a lot of people, because of all the outside things that I've mentioned before are the companies are charging like 20% more for homeowners insurance, which is also going to be a hit to the buyer. Finding it harder to find places that will get you insured, and then having it be more than what was expected is also another hit. So the more prepared you are, the more that you have resources like ourselves or your agent or other people in your corner, the better off you'll be. Because when you can start these things, a lot of the smaller insurance companies might even charge you a little bit more, but they are insuring people. Farmers still is insuring people. They're just having a cap. They're having a limit. Now, California has a California Fair Plan that is helping a lot of people that can't get insured to get insured. However, it didn't have all the, I would say, amenities or extra premiums and different things that you could, premium features that you could get at other insurance companies. It was kind of a basic model, and they have gotten a state judge approved that they are going to add extra features. They're going to add things like, for flooding and water damage and different things that were not covered, theft, that were not covered before. They're going to be covered now. And that's kind of it. People, it's legal. It's going through courts. It might take a while to get in there, but they have 300,000 people that have gone that right now that are, or a little bit more than that are insured through them. And so they definitely, with all the influx of the markets and the severe weather and wildfires and rebuilding costs and inflation, they're going to have to do something to help people, because lenders are not going to change their mind on that, whether it's our investment properties or out of state or different things that you're doing. You're going to need homeowners insurance if you have any kind of a loan. So please keep that in mind. Please use us as a resource. You could always watch our videos on YouTube that we cover different things that are happening in our area, different events like this, things for home buyers, things for home sellers, and even throwing in a few things that we're passionate about, like helping the community. We sponsor schools. We also are super passionate about education, helping kids learn and grow, and also super passionate about animals. We're big rescue. We rescue dogs. We help at shelters. So it's really, we throw in a few of those things too, so you can get to know us personally as well. But if you need anything with schools or dogs, like, we've got you covered. If you need anything for real estate or what's going on in Corona, California and the surrounding areas, we've got you covered. So you can check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Vivid Lifestyle Realty. You can also check out our website at vividlifestylerealty.com, where we have blogs, and you can look for properties if you're just actively looking, or if you just kind of want to see what the market's out there. We also provide a lot of value if you need buyer's guides or seller's guides or anything in between. You can just reach out in the comments or DM us or call us or email us, and we'll be happy to help you out. And also, if you find this, sorry, it's getting windy too, woo! If you find this helpful, please, if you could subscribe to our channel and hit that bell, we would so appreciate it. We love to provide value for you guys, and just to be a resource in any way possible. I hope you guys are having a great start to the new year, and we'll see you next time.